turn our attention to the beautiful game, one of opinions, one of rivalry, but all in all, it's one that certainly brings us all together. It's a game of unity. 2025 was a spectacular year as far as development football is concerned, and that's why today we get to put the spotlight on those athletes that secondly sparkled. But it would be very incomplete if it would just be me, so let's do it in proper football on 216 fashion. We're verifying players, so we have a verified midfielder. He's a former player, but here at SuperSport, he's currently dominating as far as broadcasting is concerned. Next to him, a familiar face, Mr. Kating Katong. Mama's class finest. Oh yeah. We had to bring the pride of Flagstaff. We have the Mexican wave, not the Mexican wave. And last but not least, he's your bestie, my bestie, but I am his bestie. Everyone's male bestie. Let's go through it. It's going to be an exciting one. We're talking about those footballers that stood out. Football on 216 has put the spotlight on them the whole season. So if you were to sum up GDL this season, how would you put it?
Mapanda, GDL this season, it was just fire. GDL this season, and see Provilla Leontole, Panorama. Who would have thought would Panorama Inga with Champ of Champs? So, I'm going to why Nkulumang Champ of Champs instead of GDL. Remember that now, our teams all over the country, they get to be tested against our teams with GDL. So, in GDL this season, we fire. Hence, Spony and Shonama awards are con manning. GDL. Yeah.
It's been an exciting year as far as development football is concerned. We had the AFCON, we had the World Cup, and so many other competitions. How would you describe the space that development football in the country is at this moment?
I think finally, for South African football to have light into the development side, because when we speak of the AFCON, you look at all the players that everybody was raving about. They're from development, from DDC. They from amateur ranks as well. So basically the development within South Africa the last 5 years, I think it has done great. Finally now in the spotlight, and those players are actually playing. Because in the past we used to lose players based on development because you never know you know that this player is good this season, and the next season the coaches don't want to play them. So now we have coaches actually that believe in youngsters, and not only that, we have youngsters that are very talented that looks like they're ready and they've been given an opportunity. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, you talk about those opportunities. We had the Indian Champ of Champs, an exciting one. And this is where we actually got to see Thiago Khan raise his name and put his name in the spotlight. Let's get into him. Panorama FC going all the way into the Champ of Champs.
Jeez, Thiago Khan, I think he is a special player. I mean, we know originally he's from Panorama. He went to Mamelodi Sundowns, performed when he gets to Mamelodi Sundowns, regular game time, and then he came back to Panorama, taking that spotlight, stamping his authority at the back of the pitch, and Alebo Noah Booth and everything. And also not looking at Panorama only, looking at Kuro as well. Thiago is winning the trophies there as well. Not only as a defender, but put him in the middle of in the 18-yard area as well. Those set pieces, he makes sure that he converts.
Defender of the season, as far as the competition is concerned.
The level of consistency that you saw from Thiago Khan. I mean, looking at this psychological aspect, you would think for someone playing for a smaller team to Mamelodi Sundowns and back, you would think maybe they will lose, the rhythm and whatever, but he continues where he left it off. So for me to see someone so young but so brave taking these chances, that's very amazing for me.
Yeah. Teko, the modern day defender, what do they look like?
First of all, let's blame Pep Guardiola for that.
We say modern day footballers.
No, we blame him for that because everybody now wants to be a footballer, wants to be comfortable on the ball. And I think we lost the essence as to then defenders becoming defenders. When Italy was Italy, you had the Matarazzis, all the top defenders playing central. So everybody now wants to be a footballer, but yet again, we need to also allow football to evolve. So now when you're a footballer, depending on what team you're playing for, based on the strategy, most of the time, you're expected to play the ball from the back. And that's why it becomes important at a young age to be able to be versatile, to play all the different positions until you find your niche. So now when somebody says a 13-year-old is a centre-back, I get worried because then when did you discover that he's a centre-back? Because you need to move around a little bit. Maybe by 16, 17, they already have your own position. But at a young age, you need to play a little bit different positions so that you can, get matured a little bit quicker, fine-tune your play as well. But for a defender in South Africa, we know that we lack those a lot. We don't have many top centre backs. That's why we have a lot of foreigners in the PSL that plays up in those type of positions. So it's very encouraging to see youngsters that have been named Defender of the Year and a South African player. You look at the height, you look at attributions as well. So we're just hoping that those players are able to be able to propel and become, whether Bafana player or actually go overseas, because that's what we've been echoing all these young players. Guys, there's an opportunity now. South Africa's on the map. Everybody's talking about South African footballers. It's an opportunity to go overseas.
Yeah, it's exciting that we get to produce our own, and Thiago Khan is certainly one that has sparkled during the 2025 season. But another player, as far as football is concerned, really raised their hand, raised the bar at only 15 years old. If you were today, Google Okuhle Sithole. Sifisa Okuhle, ngingatholani?
Inkambi zami ke lezo. Inkambi zami. No, but Okuhle Sithole from Kwamakhuta Comprehensive Girls High Schools eThekwini. So Okuhle Sithole, only 15 years old, when the debut yakhe kuyiBanyana Banyana, it was 25 February 2025. KuyiBanyana Banyana, uyayikhumbula international friendly against Lesotho. 15 kuphela. And then player of the tournament, Engine Champ of Champs, yabantu besifazane. And remember that Engine Champ of Champs, yama ladies, it's under 21. She's only 15.
Yeah.
Ngiqhubeka. Okuhle Sithole, I mean, under 17, Kosafa, ye girls, ukhona. Okuhle Sithole was the top goal scorer with National Schools Championship, yayidlala Leicester Park, under 15.
Yeah. Lips?
They say when you're good enough, you're old enough. So I mean, at 15 years old, to be making your debut at the senior level, it shows the level of character she has, the maturity she has. And I normally say this, she works like a footballer. Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Like even
but walk like a player.
So when you talk about Okuhle, no, you're talking about a complete player. And she's still very young. I mean, come on. If you're playing at the highest level now, in future,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It becomes exciting when we talk about these players, because there's a player whose name is Oareng Levesane. This is a young player all the way from the Free State. Here, the K Motsepe, he played 2 games, 14 goals, reps.
That's something special. I mean, 14 goals. I mean, he assisted, how many goals? 8 goals that he assisted. He scored
in
10.
one game.
In one game. He scored 10. The final score was 36-0, so you can imagine. I don't know what... Riatlehile High School got baptized there by Ulebogeng Lebesane there. But I think he is one to look forward to.
Teko, we're complaining about having strikers. Then you find out there's a striker who's scoring 14 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
How do we then
amazing.
preserve him in the system?
Do we... look, the challenge is, in South Africa, we don't have a special coach for that position, because position early, it's just unique by itself. Because I think as a goalkeeper and a striker, you're only being judged based on the numbers. Everywhere else, you can maneuver. Strikers, if you're a striker come end of the season, you don't have enough numbers, and then you're about midfield. Goalkeeper, if you're conceding too many, we change you. So those are unfair positions to only be judged by numbers. And in South Africa, the last time we actually had a top striker that we all raved about was Benny McCarthy, based on the numbers, as young as he was. So we're still looking forward to see us to then, can we have other strikers as well coming on to be able to play. But now that football has evolved, I think we need to have investment into then having a strikers development coach to be able to teach the youngsters as to then what is it that they need to do in and around the box. Because everybody wants to touch the ball, everybody wants to run, everyone wants to work hard, everyone wants to press. Not everybody should be able to do the same thing. I think we need to have specialized position for specialized coaches to be able to work on those youngsters to be able to become better.
Yeah, you talk about positional coaching. We know at Mamelodi Sundowns, they certainly have that. And that's how we have identified Zinhle Mkhize, not just for Mamelodi Sundowns ladies, but also Parktown.
Okabazela, the vice captain. So now, I mean, I don't even know what to say, Kaine, because she's a diamond. I mean, coming on the ball, very comfortable. She's got the ability to look and pass, you know, the way Linkating, the mentality she's got as a player, a very young player also, playing for one of the biggest teams, Mamelodi Sundowns. For you to have that mentality, to have that consistency, I think that's why Ali Temu listing.
Yeah. Teko, we're saying all these female footballers, we want to keep them, women's development, as to where it was yesteryear and where we are today.
I guess we need to thank the fact that they do have an organized league. And from that on itself, it really propelled more women to actually come into the play and turn this thing around instead of being a hobby and becomes a career as well. Because I think that's always been the biggest charge from yesteryear. Because now there was always this in comparison as to the Majida Tolanyuga, they can make a career of it, women can't. And because they didn't have organized football, now that they do, you can see now also women football also being televised. We're also getting accustomed to players as well, because that's something that we never used to see. We see Banyana play about 100 kids, or like, okay, from where? You know, we never really had an opportunity to watch them. But now there's World Cup, now there's AFCON that needs to be played. And there's women also, they do have role models that are not male footballers. They've got role models that are female footballers, and that helps a lot. And I guess from there on, you know, it started a couple pushy, and I think now it's time for us to see as all these other ones that are playing right now, how then are they going to pass the torch and actually help this game to become more popular?
Raps, you love the ladies, don't you? And always, Gadala.
Thank you, Donna. I don't know which way it is. You wanted to catch it, but it was already here.
Yeah, we just at this point.
Donna tried.
No, but commentating women's football is actually one of your favorite things to do, isn't it?
Yeah. I think also the exposure to be able to do the CAF under 17 exposed me a lot to these young ladies, and seeing Zintlem Kiza, Ziawa Wamam Kiza, at the age of only 15. I mean, she was born in 2009. Also having an international exposure. I think that is also important. Whenever they get to Banyana, they don't have to struggle when the team is traveling. So I think she is one of the ones that we have to look out for. She plays the position that Donna used to play.
I actually had a conversation with Mama Zintle.
Yeah.
So apparently Zintle actually wanted to give up in this football thing.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so the nomination Lena with Simfaga class of 2025. So,
Wow.
I mean, we need Gauteng Development League under 17 ladies, why winner, VW, tournament yakona, why win. So, she should see manje Oguti Lena.
Yeah.
Is sign you to give up.
Can I tell you, and that's why we exist, because we make those unseen, those players who feel unseen, certainly have a place right here on Football on 216. We always say this is the arena where you have a seat that is designated just for you. So whether we see them or not, Joshua Taylor, we don't necessarily cover the Western Cape, but we saw him once. And we actually gave him a nickname, Taylor Swift.
That name came from Tyler moving so swiftly. I'm going to give Mona for the very first time. I mean, this guy, I mean, he's got the level of maturity you can't see in modern football more often. So, I mean, we only saw him once, and Babu about a first impression, last. So imagine you haven't seen him for the whole year, only seeing him once. And when he plays, you can see what he means. I mean, winning Mola Play of the tournament, it meant a lot for him. He's even in the national team right now. So you can tell he's a player who he's maturing very quick, and he's very comfortable on the ball. He's got the eye for goal. He's got the eye for those defense-splitting passes. I mean, come on. He moves so swiftly.
Tigo, Cape Town City.
Yeah.
That's a jersey you once wore.
Yeah.
Seeing what they're doing now with the youngsters, you have your Emil Witboy, Taylor Swift, and the others.
Yeah.
What does it say about the institution?
I mean, when I got to Cape Town City, I think 2018 or 2017, they had this program that was called Club 100. Where all the clubs, 100 clubs, they actually get to participate in one tournament, and then they start selecting players for their development side. And we've seen a lot of players coming out actually from that program that went on to play for Cape Town City, the first team. So for me to see them where they are today, it's not a surprise, because they started this thing a long time ago. But also maybe that relegation also helped them to really, really focus on the youngsters. Because back then we used to speak about how good Stellies were, how Ajax were good where they were in terms of selecting players or getting players at a young age. Now, right now, it's Cape Town City. And with that, because we know John committees love football and love the youngsters. And all the youngsters that are there, I mean, in 2 years' time, Cape Town City keep all these youngsters, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah, certainly a big problem. We could only choose 5. As you know, our football team has 11 players, but let's remind you, Thiago Khan, Ogutle Sithole, Zintlem Kiza, Waheng Lebesane, and not forgetting Taylor Swift. Joshua Taylor. Those are our selection for the class of 2025. This is the sport that you care about the most, and as you know, football is a game of opinions. This is our opinion. What is yours?